Welcome back, y'all. Happy Monday. Um, Welcome back to class. I hope you guys all had a good weekend. Got all your work turned in this week. Be looking for our Restart Daily work that we've been doing. Make sure you're watching out for Caesars and completing that reading log. I've had a couple people reach out to me about the reading log saying they don't have books. If you don't have a book, let me know. I have links to hundreds of books I can send you, and you can just read them on your Chromebook and get your reading log taken care of that way. Also, some people have been reading on Epic. You can get on Epic and read some of those books too. I know those are. It's probably a little bit easier for you to access that. Remember, if you have those questions, send me messages on Google Hangout. Don't not ask them. Daily meetings at 11:30 again every day this week. And I think that's all I have for you guys today. We have this week, and then next week is spring break, so we don't have any work at all next week, which is nice for all of us. But yeah, if you have questions again, send me that. We're going to jump right into Restart here now. We're on Chapter 9. This one is from Chase Ambrosie's perspective. After the scrimmage, I head down to the locker room to get some player interviews. I arrive just in time to see Aaron slamming the heavy metal door in Hugo's face. He staggers backwards straight into me and lets out a whoop of shock. "Take it easy, Hugo," I tell him. "It's just me." "Hi, Chase," he manages, his voice faltering. "I'm trying to shoot some footage of the team." He hefts his own flip cam. "I thought Miss DeLeo put me on that," I tell him. "Oh, sure, totally," he says quickly. "We were just afraid you might, forget." "What do you mean forget?" I ask, a little annoyed. He retreats a step, blushing and looking plenty worried. No offense," he stammers. Before I can reply, the door opens and there's Bear. "I told you it was his voice," he shouts. He hauls me inside, shutting Hugo out again. "Hugo's with me," I protest. "Ha! Good one," Bear laughs. "Seriously, we're covering the hurricanes for the video yearbook." So, Hugo gets in with me. He's grateful, but it doesn't make him very happy. He acts like he's tiptoeing around a minefield. I get some high fives, but the team's not in the best spirits. After all, they just got steamrolled. And when it sinks in that I'm there as a reporter and not giving them good news that I've been cleared to play, they can't hide their disappointment. "Well, I can't see anything wrong with you," Joey complains. "You're not even in that sling anymore." I get it. Joey laid an egg at quarterback today. A good running game would take a lot of pressure off him. "It's a concussion," I try to explain. "The doctor wants me to be really careful." Landon Rubio, the kid with the giant neck I saw on the first day, glances dubiously from Hugo to me. "So you have to miss a few games, but what gives with him?" Hugo attempts to point the camera and is beaten back by a hail of dirty, sweaty socks. I bristle. "The video yearbook is doing a segment on every sports team, including golf and badminton. So, when you're not in it, don't come crying to us." "Yearbook?" Joey echoes. "Bad enough you're off the team. Now you're on the yearbook staff?" "Video yearbook," Hugo amends. A snapping towel nearly takes his ear off. "Guys, chill out." Aaron steps between the other players and Hugo and me. "It isn't our boy's fault his doctor was a wuss. Cut him some slack." "That doesn't explain why he's running around with the video losers," Landon challenges. "He's not running around with anybody," Aaron explains reasonably. "He's covering the hurricanes. Man, making sure we look good in that yearbook thing. That's how he's helping the team while he's on the sidelines." "Yeah," Rubio snorts. "Bear, if I had a face like yours, I'd appreciate anyone who can make me look good, so shut up." I jump in as peacemaker. "Believe me, guys, I'll be back as soon as I get the word from my doctor." This makes the team happy. I can tell Hugo shoots me a strange look, but now I can expect him to understand. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who plays sports, except maybe in video games. Joey chucks a ball away. I watch almost as a spectator as my hands reach out to snatch it from the air. Reaction time? A-okay. It feels good, like I'm back to an old self amnesia couldn't quite rob me of. We do a few interviews. The guys are chatty with me, hamming it up in front of the camera like I'm running a selfie service. Hugo gets mostly one-word answers. When I notice, he mumbles we can fix it in editing. I don't see how any amount of editing can fix. Question, what are your thoughts on the upcoming season? Answer, good. Then again, I'm just the newbie nobody even trusts to show up for my first video club assignment. When we're done, Hugo can't get out of there fast enough. This is hostile territory for him, but me, I feel like I'm home. Well, I'd love to talk your ear off about my road to the NFL glory, Aaron draws, but Bear and I have to go get some water. Have to go water some old people. Wait, I'm going with you, I tell them. They stare at me like I've just announced that I'm flying to Jupiter. Dude, you don't have to go, Aaron reminds me. They cut you loose because you got hurt. It'll be fun. That falls flat, so I try again. We're teammates, right? You go, I go. Bear's eyes narrow. Exactly how much do you remember about the Graybeard Motel? Nothing, I reply honestly. He grins. If you want to go there when you don't have to, you didn't just scramble your brains. You knocked them out completely. Come on, how bad can it be? I'm semi-joking, but those two are stone-faced, and I start to wonder, yikes, what is this place? Frankenstein's lab? Your call, Aaron says. It'll be good to have you back with us, even if you're nuts. The Portland Street Assisted Living Residence is about a 10-minute walk from school. I know I was on community service here, but the place is brand new to me. It's a boring 3-story building with a wide circular drive and a broad landscaped front dotted with benches and outdoor picnic tables. There are several elderly people outside enjoying the warm weather. A couple of them wave and call out greetings to us. I wave back. Aaron and Bear ignore them. As the main door slides open in front of us, Bear mumbles, "Hold your breath." It's an odd combination of two smells that don't mix. Fresh flowers and hospital-like antiseptic. Not great, but you get used to it in a hurry. We report to Nurse Duncan, who's the head nurse on duty. She's surprised to see me. I got better, I tell her, so I figured I could finish off my community service. The court told you that? She asks dubiously. I shake my head. I came up with it on my own. We don't believe it either, Aaron jokes with mock solemnity. That's very noble, Nurse Duncan says. Well, I've got you boys on the snack cart today. It doesn't normally take 3, but we'll give Chase a soft job on his first day back. We get a cart laden with juice boxes, cookies, crackers, and free newspaper. By the time we get off the elevator on the 3rd floor, Aaron and Bear have helped themselves to half the merchandise. Believe me, they have more Oreos than these mummies could ever gum down, Aaron says when I disapprove. And I assure you, oh, perfect one, you've sampled plenty cookies off this cart. I reach back for the snack, jerking memory, but come up empty. I have to take his word for it. Bear tears open a bag and dumps a small pile of ginger snaps into my hand. I take a tiny bite, glaring at my partners in crime, who were chowing down in a blizzard of wrappers and crumbs. We played a football game this morning, Bear reminds me. You work up an appetite. Not everybody's too delicate like you. I guess I'm not too delicate to bend over and pick up your garbage, I snap back. I might be getting the hang of being friends with these two. We go door to door, offering the residents snacks and papers. When I was in the hospital, all the staff and volunteers who came to my room were really nice and friendly. Well, Aaron and Bear are the opposite of that. Aaron's the polite one. He flings the door wide open, barks, "Snack cart!" This is followed by, "What do you want?" from Bear. They call all the men Dumbledore and all the women Dumbledora, and respond to any questions with a combination of shrugs and grunts. When I can't stand it anymore, I ask what I can do for everybody, and usually end up adjusting bed heights, searching for lost TV remotes, and occasionally calling nurses. "You're slowing us down, man," Aaron complains. "At this rate, we'll never blow this Geritol stand." "Quiet," I hiss. "They'll hear you." "You're joking, right?" Bear sneers. "Most of these old fossils can't remember to change the batteries in their hearing aids. The last thing any of them heard was the A-bomb test at Yucca Flat." "They're not as deaf as you think," I shoot back. "The lady in 212 definitely heard it when you ripped one in her living room." Aaron laughs. "Now that's the Chase we know and love. Those jokes are funny when it's the 3 of us, not so much when old people are around. Most of them are pretty frail. They definitely deserve more respect than they're getting from us. Maybe Aaron and Bear ran out of patience because they've got no choice about community service, and I'm here on purpose. Maybe I was out of patience too before my amnesia made me forget it, but I find the residents kind of interesting. They remember stuff in real life that you can only read about in history books. There's a lady in 326 whose father was one of the firemen on the scene of the Hindenburg disaster. The guy in 318 was a communications expert at Houston Mission Control when Neil Armstrong first set foot on the moon. In room 209 lives a guy who's totally blind, yet tells the most vivid stories of growing up 2 doors down from Baseball Hall of Famer Joe DiMaggio. The rule is that if someone is not in or sleeping, we leave a juice box and a packet of cookies on the table. The man in 121 is snoring enthusiastically in an easy chair when I notice the black and white photo on his nightstand. It's a picture of a young soldier bowing his head to receive military decoration from an important-looking man with round steel-rimmed spectacles. Is that President Truman, I whisper? Aaron looks bored. Who cares? Let's get out of here. If this Dumbledore wakes up, he'll talk your ear off. But I'm hooked. The only medal you get straight from the president is the Medal of Honor. This guy's a hero. Big deal, Bear scoffs. Back in the day, there were so many wars that they handed out medals like Hershey Kisses. I sigh and start to follow them to the door. I wonder what he did. They don't give out the Medal of Honor for just any old thing. Probably slew a triceratops or something, Aaron suggests with a shrug. Come on, we're almost done. It was a pterodactyl, comes a sarcastic voice from behind us. We wheel around. He's sitting up now, an elderly man, a little bent at his shoulders, with shock of a white hair. And I slew it with my stone knife. I step forward. Mister, that's you in the picture, right? No, it's Harry Truman. Can't you see I'm busy? It takes me a half hour to get out of bed and twice to haul myself across the room with a stupid walker. He's obviously not busy. He just wants to be left alone. Maybe he doesn't like us very much. Apparently not all the residents are hard of hearing. Aaron and Bear are already slouching out of the room. Sorry, I mumble, following them into the hall. You've got a lot to learn, Ambrosi, Aaron tells me. Get one of these Dumbledores talking about his war days and you'll be here until you're as old as he is. I have to admit it's pretty good advice. All right, I say. Let's just finish. We work our way down the hall to the last room on the floor. Almost done, Aaron groans. Just Cloud 10 and we can get out of here. Cloud 10, I echo. You're going to love this one, Bear assures me. You know Cloud 9? Well, this old bag's at least one cloud up from that. Half the time she's convinced this is some fancy hotel and we're room service. I see their point, but I feel kind of bad for Miss Swanson, who bustles around her living room in a frilly pink dressing gown dotted with sequin flowers. She's obviously losing touch with reality, and there's nothing hilarious about that. At first she thinks we've come for a visit, and she asks us to move the furniture into what she calls a conversation grouping. Aaron and Bear ignore her, but what harm will it do, really? So I shuffle a few chairs, no big deal. My friends are mugging me behind her the whole time, trying to make me laugh. They might be the smart ones, but by the time I'm finished, sweaty and breathing hard, Miss Swanson is looking at me like she's too polite to ask who I am and why I'm rearranging her apartment. Aaron and Bear are snickering out loud now. We drop off her cookies and juice and head for the door, but she comes bustling after us, waving her pocketbook. She digs around, comes up for a $20 bill, and offers it to me. Don't leave without your tip, she says. I take a step back. Oh no, I couldn't accept. Before I manage another word, Bear's meaty hand snatches the money away. Enjoy your stay, he tells Miss Swanson with a big phony smile, and he's out the door like a shot, Aaron hot on his heels. Oh, sorry guys. I catch up to them in the hall. You can't take that money. That's like stealing. No, it's not, Bear replies. She gave it to me. Actually, she gave it to you, but you were too dumb to take it. Yeah, but I fumble for the right words. You know as well as I do that lady's not all there. That's discrimination, he says righteously. I'm not biased against dizzy old bats who haven't got a clue what the deal is. They can give me money just like everybody else. You don't know her. She would have gotten really upset if we hadn't taken it. She wants to believe what she believes. We're not here for kicks, you know, I insist. We got sent here by a judge. If we get caught accepting money from the residents, we could get a lot more than community service. Bear rounds on me in genuine amazement. You don't even have to be here, man. You made us bring you. I'm stubborn. Give the money back. Aaron tries to be reasonable. The museum pieces in this dump, they'd forgot their own saggy butts if they weren't attached. By the time the door closed behind us, I guarantee Cloud 10 forgot we were ever there. If we go to her and try to straighten this out, it'll be like showing her how crazy she is. You want to be responsible for that? I know he's snowing me, but he's also kind of right. I doubt we could explain to Miss Swanson that she just tipped the community service guys. But even if we could, she'd be embarrassed and probably more confused than before. We should give that money to charity, I mumble. Done, Bear agrees. It's your favorite charity. And mine. The Take a Bear to Lunch Fund. Who's up for pizza? We all laugh, but I'm not laughing a lot less than those two. The whole thing leaves a sour taste in my mouth, and pizza is the last thing I'm thinking about. We stop in to see Nurse Duncan so Aaron and Bear can get their timesheets signed. I'm not technically on community service anymore, so there's no timesheet for me. Then we're heading for the pizza place like nothing ever happened. I keep looking at Bear, expecting to see the 20 glowing orange and burning through the pocket of his jeans. I can't explain it, but the more they goof around, tripping and shoving each other, the less appetite I have for lunch. You okay, Ambrosie? Aaron tosses at me in concern. You don't look so hot. I'll catch up with you guys later. I pound in the direction of Portland Street. I hang left and sprint up to the assisted living residence, then dash in the sliding door and straight to room 100. I pull a fistful of crumbled bills from my pocket and fish out a 20. Aaron's right. I'd never be able to explain to Miss Swanson why I'm giving her money for what she could only see as no reason. No, my plan was simpler than that. I'll just slip it right under the foot of her door. When she notices it, she'll just assume she dropped it. As I squat down and pass the bill through the gap between the door and the carpet, it occurs to me that if anybody sees me, it'll look like I'm the one doing something sleazy, not the one making it right. Luck is with me, though. I'm able to return the $20 unobserved. No, not return, I remind myself. I'm out $20 in this deal. I feel a little resentful when I picture Aaron and Bear feasting on pizza that I'm essentially paying for, but it's a small price tag for me to be able to sleep at night. As I make my way out again, I pause in front of 121, the Medal of Honor rooms guy. I squint at the small plaque on the wall, Mr. Julius Solway. The door is open a crack and I catch a glimpse of Mr. Solway struggling across the room on his walker. Suddenly, a baleful eye is glaring at me through the opening. You're back? Mr. Solway's raspy voice growls from inside. What do you want now? My instinct is to flee, but curiosity gets the better of me. Which war was it? I asked the old man. You know where you won the Medal of Honor? The Trojan War, he barks. Remember Achilles? I was the one that got him right in the heel. It stings, but I say, I didn't mean to disturb you, and start away. Korea, he calls back after my retreating. 1952. I turn. It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Solway. You must have done something really heroic. Everybody did, he replies gruffly. A lot of brave men are still buried there. They're the heroes. I'm just the one they picked to hang a bauble on. I can't help asking, what did you do to earn the medal? I mean, I can still only see one eye, but it's impossible to miss the flash of impatience. I stood on my head and spit nickels. Listen, smart guy, when you get to be my age, you don't always remember the details of every single event in your life, but I don't expect a young punk like you to understand that. He closes the door. Old people are supposed to have wisdom, but Mr. Solway is definitely wrong about me. I've already forgotten more than he'll ever know. Chapter 10. This is a new character. This is Kimberly Tooley. I love pep rallies. I love the noise and the cheering. I love being with the whole school, packed onto the bleachers in the gym, showing our spirit and raising the roof. Stomping and screaming our heads off. Getting out of the class doesn't hurt either. I'm a huge football fan. It's definitely my favorite sport. All those downs are kind of confusing though. First down, second down, touchdown, down by contact, illegal man downfield. Hard to figure out. But when Hiawassee Hurricanes thunder onto the field with their shoulder pads, it's all good. Guys look amazing in shoulder pads. This season might not be as awesome as usual because Chase Ambrosie isn't on the team. Chase is our star, and out of all the players who look good in shoulder pads, he looks the best. He hurt himself falling off a roof this summer, and the word around school is that he has amnesia. He can't remember anything, including the fact that I've had a crush on him since 6th grade, and he doesn't even know I'm alive. So, he isn't one of the the players in full uniform showing off the gym floor while we stomp and cheer. Oh, he's down there all right, recording the goings on the video camera. I don't really get that part. It's one thing for Chase to be off the team. It's quite another for him to join the video club. Those kids are basically nerds. The point of the rally is to get everyone all riled up to annihilate Jefferson on Saturday. So we've got dummies dressed in Jefferson jerseys, and our guys are kicking the stuffing out of them. And our mascot is beating up the Jefferson mascot. Actually, just a Hawassi kid in a Jaguar suit. Chase is filming them close up, holding his camera right in there to capture every fake punch. I missed the shoulder pads, but he still looks good. And then the rally's over. We file off the bleachers and start for our lockers to get our stuff to go home. The team heads out to practice, clattering down the hallway. That leads to the field house. There's a bit of a traffic jam there. Players are going one way and the rest of us are going the other. A few elbows fly. Brendan Espinoza somehow gets bumped into the path of the players. Typical Brendan, who could cross an empty parking lot and slip on the one banana peel in the middle. The guys know Brendan and make a good game of bouncing him around like he's a soccer ball. Pretty soon, the team is laughing. The kids are laughing, and Brendan is flying back and forth, holding onto his camera for dear life. It's pretty funny. A chant goes up while Brandon flails. It's like the whole football team is calling out, "Pass it! Pass it! Pass it!" There's a blur of motion, and suddenly Joey Petronas is slammed up against the wall by two fistfuls of his jersey. It's Chase. His handsome face is normally chiller than chill, but right now it's boiling mad. "Let the kid go," Chase demands. Brendan stumbles free, collapsing to the opposite wall. The other Hurricanes haul Chase off Joey, and there's a lot of shoving going on. Shoving comes naturally to football players. It's even part of the game. Every play starts off with two lines of guys just shoving each other. Two Hurricanes hold Chase, struggling by the arms. Chase looks almost small, dwarfed by all those players in pads and cleats. Aaron and Bear muscle into the center of action, putting themselves between Joey and Chase. "Dial it down," Aaron orders. "We're all teammates here." "What did that guy ever do to you, huh?" Chase spits at Joey, yanking his arm free. "Like you've got anything to say about it," Joey shoots back. "What's that supposed to mean?" Joey indicates Brendan, who's dusting himself off, surrounded by his fellow video clubbers. "Yeah, right. Like you never had a little fun with Espinoza." I laugh at that one because no one messed with the dweebs more than Chase, Aaron, and Bear. But Chase looks so mystified that it hits me. If he really has amnesia, is it possible that he doesn't remember? Chase addresses the entire team. "We were shooting your pep rally to make you look good. You're welcome." The players stare at him in horror. He has no clue what he said to upset them, but I do. He said we, the video club, you, the team. Joey hefts his helmet. "We used to be tight with this kid, Chase Ambrosi. We were more than teammates. We were boys. But lately, I don't even know who he is." It leads the Hurricanes into a jog out onto the field. Aaron and Bear hang back. I'm expecting them to take Chase's side, since those three are best friends. Chase seems pretty shocked when Bear wheels off with the others. Aaron eyes Chase with a long face. "You shouldn't have done that, man. Joey's your friend. He's had your back plenty of times." Chase is still defiant, but a little more subdued than before. "So I should just let him beat up a kid half his size for no reason?" Aaron stands his ground. "If you'd have told him to stop, he would have stopped. You didn't have to attack him." He shakes his head. "None of us are perfect. Not even you. Next time, take a second to think about who your friends really are." He disappears after the team. "Thanks, Chase," Brendan says in a shaky voice. Shy but grateful. The video club members express their gratitude. Not too many people have ever stood up to the football team. Only Chase can do it because he's one of them. At least, he used to be. Shoshana Weber rolls her eyes. Please be real. Why would anybody thank him? Is there any one of us he hasn't treated like garbage? Brendan looks at her in surprise. Didn't you see what just happened there? I saw him being a goon like he always is. Today he was on our side. What about tomorrow? Remember what he did to my brother? She storms off. Wow. Joel Weber. Just thinking about him puts a lump in my throat. I almost forgot he's Shoshana's brother. A lot of this stuff feels like harmless until something like Joel Weber happens. Chase seems a little shell-shocked by the whole thing. After all, he took on the football team on behalf of the video club kids, and what's what's his reward? Getting dissed by one of them. The others try to smooth it over. Sorry, man. She didn't mean it. You were awesome back there. Brendan is last. You didn't have to do that, he says, although it's pretty obvious he's glad someone came to his rescue. Then they're gone. The hallway is cleared out by now, so it's just Chase and me. He's still bewildered. I didn't even know she had a brother. Yeah, Joe Weber. Quiet kid. Plays piano. He got bullied so bad that his folks sent him away to boarding school. That's the edited version of the truth. What Chase doesn't remember is he basically starred in the bullying. I don't think his goal could have been to force Joe to leave town, but he definitely intended to make him miserable. I wonder if he was sorry when he heard that the Webbers were sending their son away. I guess no one will ever know, not even Chase himself. However he felt about what happened to Joel, he's already forgotten it. Chase chews it over. I was in on that, wasn't I? He says, finally. I was in a lot of stuff. People look at me funny around here. Maybe it's not just because I'm the idiot who fell off the roof. No one thinks you're an idiot, I put in quickly. Yeah, but it isn't the kind of thing Albert Einstein ever did, he pauses thoughtfully. A good look for him. Makes him seem older. Can't believe how weird it is to have this whole life and everybody remembers everything except for you. I'm Kimberly, I tell him, but you always call me Kimmy. Not exactly true, but how's he ever going to know? I always wanted to be called Kimmy, especially by him. We shake friends like two business people meeting for the first time. Well, I'm late for video club, he tells me. See ya, Kimmy. I'm speechless, so I just wave at him. This has to be the best day ever. If Chase forgot everything, it means he also doesn't remember that he's totally out of my league. I have to join the video club as soon as possible. Alright, one more chapter. It's only a couple pages long. This is a new perspective, so now we're going to Aaron's perspective. Aaron Hakimian. My dad always uses the expression, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Well, that isn't always true. It looks like Ambrosi, and it talks like Ambrosi, but no way that's Ambrosi. How can a person be so different because he fell off his roof onto his head? Okay, so he's sidelined from football. Nothing you can do about some dumb doctor's orders. And amnesia. That's pretty out there, although Wikipedia says it's real. But even if every single memory is erased from your head, wiped clean like my phone when I dropped it in the toilet, you should still be the same person, right? Chase just isn't. That's not the kid Bear and I grew up with, played sports with, broke all the rules with since we were in second grade. You can see it in his eyes. He looks at us like he barely knows us, or any of the Hurricanes. I guess I understand that. We're like new people he just met for the first time. Even so, shouldn't we be starting to hit it off by now? That's not happening either. He's not into the things we're into. Not football, not anything. That hurts. I get that his memory's erased, but is our whole friendship erased too? Being boys with someone isn't just a bunch of small stuff you did together in the past. There has to be more to it than that. But right now it's like we've got zero in common with this guy. Worse, the kids he does have stuff in common with are all losers. The video club? Really? The Chase I knew wailed on those guys worse than any of us. And now they're who he wants to hang out with? Who's next, huh? The Care Bears? And those wusses have totally forgiven him too. Except Shoshana for obvious reasons. I wonder if he figured that out yet. The big question is this. Is the old Ambrosi trapped in there somewhere waiting to realize what a dork he's being and get back to normal? Or is this new nerd-loving Chase the only Chase there's ever going to be from now on? That's a pretty big deal, and not just because we're supposed to be the boys. He has something that belongs to all three of us, something important. What if he doesn't even know he's got it? Bear isn't a deep thinker. He's all action. Dude, this is stupid. Let's just ask him. Say, we know you have it. Fork it over here. The guy has amnesia, I reason. That means he might not even remember where he put it. Bear snorts. You buy that? Trust me. He remembers just fine. The thing's valuable. He's faking all this amnesia stuff so he can keep it for himself. You're talking about our boy, I exclaim angrily, giving him a shove that would put one of those video dweebs halfway across town. You're a jerk for thinking that. He shoves me back. Then you're a jerk because I know you were thinking it too. But I'm not thinking it. Honestly, if Chase is just punking us all with this amnesia stuff, that would be better. If tomorrow he says, fooled you, I might be ticked off for a day or so, then I'd shake his hand for putting one over on us. Mostly I'd be glad to have the old Chase back. One way or another, we've got a problem, I tell him. If we face him with it, and he honestly doesn't remember, then we just confess to a guy who isn't really our friend anymore. Big deal. It is a big deal, I persist, because the new Chase is a goody-goody. He stands up for losers. He does community service when he doesn't have to. If we forgot what we did, I don't want him to remember. A guy like that could turn all three of us in because it's the right thing to do. Unless he's lying, Bear adds grimly. And we'll deal with that too if necessary. We'll just have to wait and see. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to squeeze the truth out of somebody when you can't let him know that you're trying to get him to say it. I'm a plain guy. I like plain talk. But in this case, it's too dangerous. Our best chance to coax it out of him is at the Graybeard Motel. But it's not easy there either. Bad enough he does community service when he's off the hook. Why does he have to be so gung-ho about it? It's depressing to watch him. He delivers more snacks in 20 minutes than Bear and I could stretch into a whole afternoon. And in the extra time, he reads to people. He pushes wheelchairs around. He helps the old fogies with their cell phones they don't have a prayer of figuring out. Is it just me, Bear mutters, or is he deliberately trying to make us look bad? I don't think it's on purpose, I mumble back. He really likes it here. The old fossils like him too. We can't walk 3 feet down the hall without some Dumbledore or some Dumbledora hauling him in to adjust the TV or to reach something from a high shelf. Bear's insulted. We're taller than Ambrosi. We can reach stuff. How come nobody ever asks us? Because we'd say no, I remind him. Or maybe just ignore them. Listen, it's annoying to have all these blue hairs love Chase, but it's not a mystery. Even sour-faced Nurse Duncan, who wishes our community service was over even more than we do, has a smile for Ambrosi, and an even deeper scowl for Bear and me. It doesn't help that Chase has forged the closest friendship of all, with one resident he should be staying away from, that crotchery old warhorse in room 121. Wouldn't you know it, the one graybeard who hates everybody, and who all the other graybeards hate right back, has decided to love Ambrosi. Go figure. It's those stupid Korean War stories that brought the two of them together. Chase can't get enough of them, and the geezer is overjoyed to have someone willing to listen who doesn't have to change his hearing aid battery 5 times in the course of it. How come you guys have so much to say to each other, Bear demands. Ambrosi shrugs. He's interesting. It's not every day you meet somebody who's been awarded the country's highest medal. Why does he always have to bring that up? It makes me nervous, and it makes Bear practically crazy. Wikipedia says the Korean War only lasted 3 years, I grumble. He's already told you every minute of it. What more is there to say? Ambrosi laughs. He's nice. He's not nice. Ask anybody in the building. He calls noise complaints on squeaky wheelchairs. He yells out spoilers on movie night. The nurses hate him even more than we do. If there was a reality TV show and they got to vote somebody out of the Graybeard Motel, he'd be on the street. But Chase gets called away to wheel Miss Berglund to her weekly canasta game, as if one of the orderlies couldn't do it. Maybe he just likes war stories, I offer to Bear. He isn't buying it. He never liked war stories before, and that's the whole problem. We know the kid, but we don't, which makes it almost impossible to figure out what's going on inside his head, or how worried we should be. That's where we're going to end for today. Make sure you're getting your questions answered, definitions done, and we are moving forward. Have a good day, y'all.